I think we're live. I'll wait for it to. Looks like we are live. Outstanding. Let me check the sound. Yep.
I think we're live.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to let some people gather in the room. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6, 7. There we go. Hello. Hallie? Is it Hallie? I love you too, darling. I just want to pronounce your name right. H-A-L-E-I-G-H, Hallie. Hi, Jennifer. Come on in, everyone. Say hi. Good deal. Okay, so I want to go over something with ownership. Haley. Ha! I love it. Thank you, Haley. Thanks for telling me. Mwah. Thank you, Jennifer. Good to see you. Okay, so I have Tuesday classes that are the 4 schools. And I had an entire class before that went through the 4 schools, and we moved on to advanced classes. And we had Sly come in, Sylvester came in and channeled for us. And he channeled, hi, Vicky. He channeled ownership. And it's Saturday, and we did this on Wednesday, and every time after we get done with Sly, there's time to let it muse or ponder and marinate and seed and birth and grow and flourish inside of you. Okay, so all of the things that I've learned that I've passed on to you about patience, allowance, the distractions of reality that keep you in a framework. Remember your Seth. Framework A. You're born on earth. All you know is framework A. You covet humanity, separation. Framework B is ascending A into B, and that's what we've been working on. That's what everything that I've been talking about subjective, objective points of view, fractal, separation, externalism, distractions. We've done a lot of body of work over the last 10 years. Good, solid work to offer to the collective movement of self-awareness. We're not interested in solving the Earth's problems or dictating what conspiracy theories and how to navigate them when they come, and they're not coming, and those are just worlds that people create. So our mastery is to enlighten ourselves, and we got to ponder this weekend, this last couple of days with Sly's Worth, and I want to pass on some of this ideas to you. When he was talking about ownership, he wasn't talking about ownership of possession as humans would see it, because remember, I'm a creator and I separated myself in this point of view. So everything I know it's on its own island. It's not part of one and all. It's not the gestalt or the whole of you and all of the experiences, all of your lives that you've experienced or you incarnated at. All of those are Puff the Magic Dragon, gone, poof, nothing. And you make yourself into this independent idea against everything. Everything is separated from you. So you have a divisional mind, right? So in the idea of ownership, we automatically think in possessions. I own that, you own that. That's not what Sly's mastery was about in this case. Sly wanted to explain the ownership is owning your self-worth, owning your I am, owning your kingdom. And he gave a kind of a reference that was a reference on how to look at something to make it a little bit more owned as an I am. Because what do? We have value. Pay attention. We have value in external ideas, parents, employers, jobs, bank accounts, credit cards, debt, the global economy, the environment. We have external identities. Anything that you put value on the idea of an object, that becomes an emotional relationship, turns into a feeding of energy in exchange, which maintains that idea. What you put out is what you get back. Abraham 101, energy follows awareness. If you're putting your attention on it, whether it's good or bad, it's feeding the dynamic of the fractal, sustaining the reality of the human. Sustaining the reality of the human. He wanted to make it more non-human. So he gave us this example. So let's all pretend that there is just you. Now we're going to revert to everything. Everything can always be labeled or reverted back to the laws, the 5 laws. You can always find these ideas tied to a law. Okay? Otherwise, they're created ideas of polarity. Ours will go back to the idea of I am. So let's look at one and all. The all are one are all 4, okay? So before, now remember, we're just referencing, forget about now, forget about time, just for a minute so we can get through this with a good point of view, so a good ground, a foundation, so this can seed inside of you, get some good roots, and start to bear fruit of wisdom, okay? So let's say you're God before you created all the other gods, one and all in one. So before you birthed a different point of view and another point of view and another point of view and another point of view, there was only you. So if you're the only creator in all that is, where does fear lie? Where does hope lie? Where does need lie? Where does desire lie? Where does lack and sloth and envy and pride? All of those are created experience here on the wonderful planet, and you can be those truths. And if you do, you will experience so, because you're owning your truth. You're owning your worthy. You're owning that. Okay. So back to the idea of I am, I'm the only one. So here I am, God, creator, the original, one and only, nobody else. And I'm in my own little room, and I decide to create a reality. And all of these experiences, and I'm going through and I'm creating all this stuff, and I'm experiencing. And then I'm going to be done and I want to take a break. So I want to stop the simulation. So I'm going to stop the incarnation. And I want you guys to get up, wake up from this dream. Okay, open your eyes, take off the headphones, get out of the simulation chair, and then walk around your house. The house, not the house in your house, the one in your mind. And see there's nobody else there. There's no one waiting, there's no moms, no dads, there's no outside, there's no other worlds. There's nothing except that little tiny bubble of your own created abilities, this simulator. Let's just do that. Let's leave it at that. It's not that in its totality, okay? So don't let the mind go, well, it's only this. It's all. Don't let your mind feed you diarrhea. Stay away from that. Stay away. Keep with me here. Missed you too, Rachel. How you doing? Hi, Roses. So stay with me, okay? You're in a simulator, you wake up, you open up the door, you get out, you go over, you grab your tea, your water, your drink, or whatever, and you're just musing about the experience. And then you look out this vast window and there's all of consciousness and creation, but you're the only singularity. You're the one, no all, just one. Okay? I want you to feel that. And I don't care what your emotions are. Don't take your emotions and compare yourself. I'm not asking you to tell anybody, including me, how you feel about that. I want you to make your reality absolutely subjective, my point of view. Objective, the object. Subjective, my truth, my perspective. I want you to feel how it feels if you absolutely knew 100% unequivocally there were no other creators. And that version of all of these ideas are created realities of what we call consciousness. That's what I want you to own that. See, the separated mind wants to define. It wants to contain. It wants to take creation, the endless, unconditional creation, and put it in a box and make it finite. You cannot make creation defined. You will only stagger, stumble, and crumble yourself if you define that. You will end up crushing your own birthing right of expansion because you're holding on to your own rot, pushing yourself down because you got to have a truth. That's a human reality. Let humans have those. You are a light bearer, an expander, an investigator of self-awareness, realizing your own lack, your own stuff, and taking these ideas and exploring them. So now this little simulation, I get up and I'm like, I'm the only one here. So it's okay. I need to own the feeling of that. To me, it felt empty. Some people felt relieved. Okay? Or I always knew that from a child. I'm not talking about the ego to claim this truth. I want you to forget about what the mind says. And I want you to feel what you feel without the division mind labeling it. That's the mastery work. That's going into vibrational tactician, feeling the vibration, feeling the feeling from a observation point of view instead of a defined point of view, a hurried mind point of view, an appetitical mind. What does this mean? What's the reason for it? Not that mind. That mind works great for humans. Get your education, get you good paying jobs, make you feel smart, regurgitate, and be educated, and have a wonderful idea of a teacher or your college education, get a great paying job, and then you die. But you never knew yourself. You never fucking knew yourself. You only knew what you thought you were, and you reinforce it. We're not talking about those. We're talking about self-discovery. I am, and what that entails. The endless universe of self-discovery. This ownership is a doorway and leading into a new room to realize when I am yelling at this person, okay, I know I'm yelling at myself, but I'm not going to define it like that because the divided mind doesn't like that. It's another version of God, creator, me. Okay, I understand that. But I don't have to abide. I want you to feel the obligation and responsibilities and the thrust of your egoic mind that pulls you into that when you own your worth. That's what we want to own. Your world. You can make the choices to keep the idea, the vibrational dissonance out of your fucking reality. Everything comes in resonance, vibrational match, alignment. All of that stuff is coming. All of the greatness is coming if you would get out of your way. All of the stuff that you need, want, desire, intend to get, lack, pushes the grand match, the grand resonance, the grand idea of your expansion from getting to you. Why? Because you're maintaining reality. So this ownership gives you an idea of like, hey, you know what? I love your point of view. It pisses me off. It makes me angry. Or I don't want to deal with it because if I energize it, I'm going to own my choice. And I'm going to own my worthiness to go into that world that is toxic and feel the toxicity of it because I made the choice. I want to see that I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Every single ounce of interpreted truth immediately, without fail, becomes your reality. Now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, now. You know that when you're talking about tomorrow, you're experiencing now. When you're talking about yesterday, you're experiencing now. Separated minds, well, we have to have tomorrows. And yes, you don't get rid of anything. What are you doing here? What are we all doing? We're changing the relationship of our truths to all that is. We must know the idea, the worthiness of I am. We must know one and all. All gives me all that is, so I may know more of my oneness. I am a reflection of oneness. I am a reflection of oneness, right? To all. So that one person over there that's part of my all, I become part of their all. I matter in whatever way they say. It's not my concern on how they perceive me, which if you really look hard, you'll notice a lot of your behaviors are based on perception of your expression. You want to keep yourself maintained in the good light of what is currently the situational idea of the moral standards on behavior. Don't fit the external box. Own your worth, own yourself, own your I am. There you go, I am. Way to go, Zoto. Hi, Ali. Okay? Just let this feel inside. Those choices are yours. Look, I took the last 5 years transcending my belief systems to write the curriculum that you guys can have all of the tools to do it on your own in a matter of 6 months to a year, depending on how much work you want to put into it. You can literally deprogram and no longer have the value of anger, have the value of betrayal, have the value of any human defined emotional belief system in your structure. Therefore, you cannot experience it. Hey, Naomi, darling. It won't be in your structure. It took work. It took work. Great, masterful enlightenment to fall in love with me and know that. I know now there is no future, there is no past, there is no fear. These are created relationships of the now God in a simulator of consciousness creating its world. Fantastic insight. It doesn't diminish it. It doesn't make it not worth it, because the divided mind needs to go, well, what's it worth then? What's the point then? See, the point of the human is accomplishment. The point of the human is to make itself better, because it's empty of its own isness, its own worthiness. And it needs the feeding, the constant idea to say, I count, I'm enough. And that's what you will transcend. One of the tools is to own yourself. Own the I am, own the existence, own the worthiness, and make those equivocal choices, because you are worth your own light. You are the only one that darkens yourself with your excuses of why you can't penetrate the idea of that wall of fear that keeps you stunted in your own beauty. You are better than that. Why do I know that? Because you're listening to this. That's alignment. That's law of attraction. That's opportunity in your world working, because you're interested in expanding, light bearing, enlightening your kingdom with your own realization, your own enlightenment, your own awarenesses, and shift these and let that light grow lighter and continue to investigate the consciousness of this separated idea, the human incarnation, and to go beyond it. In whatever way that is going to be explored is unknown, and how fantastic it is that we get to find out if we choose. Booyah. So do the work on that. Ownership. Use that tool. I'm the only one. Don't pretend that the person isn't there. We want you, Max. Stop texting me, Max. Give me a second. He keeps texting me in the middle of my thing. So the ownership of the reality is the choice of worthiness in the moment. Bring that home and watch how the world changes for you, because you are birthing. You are birthing worthiness, light, unconditional love. You're putting that out, which tells creation, the ones that are in your reality, you're not the same. You're definitely not the same dependency. You're definitely not the go-to feeding trough for someone's energy, like an argumentative family member or someone that has to have their drama and they use you as the punching bag. You cannot be afraid of your existence. And no one enslaves you except that you allow in your mind. And the fears will keep you in a dirty diaper of stink and rot until you be bold and brave and birth your truth and speak that I am and no longer cower in the greatness of you. I know you can do it because you deserve it. Own it. Ownership. Okay? Let me do this. I want to make a couple announcements. What do I want to say? The workshop that's coming up in April 12th. Okay? Commit now, get it going. Airplane tickets, because, we know United States is quite big and we fly everywhere, pretty much. Unless you're close, drive down to Texas, San Antonio. It's going to be held here. And if you're a couple, we'll do 2 for 1. So instead of 1,500, because we have 10 people right now, we have another 10 slots. So if you get a couple and it's 1,500, if you're coming in the same room, then you can do $750 each. Okay? But you got to come as 2. If you're going to come as 1, pay the 1,500. And don't lack it. You don't have to worry about that. What else? The book, Angelics, is doing great. You guys are buying it. I appreciate so much. If you haven't bought it, check it out. It's down on my website, the front page. Scroll down. Amazon, the Angelics. And if you have bought it, please leave a review on Amazon, because that helps it circulate a little bit more. And it's a great book of consciousness. And it's a very, very enlightening idea for humanity. It's a great resource of awareness, okay? And of course, it's a great story too. So I think that's about all I want to say. Of course, if you like to donate, you can go ahead and donate. Dang, $750, stop. Okay, dang, $750. Stop thinking $750 is a lot of money, or you have a relationship to that's a lot of money. You got to change your mindset about the relationship with money, kid. Just say, okay, $750. I don't have to earn it. It's going to come because I'm going to be a part of that. That's all you have to do. I've taught you guys this before. Official, if you want to go, accept it and let the money manifest, because everything in the reality is already taken care of. So you're like, damn, I want to go. So what you do, you surrender, and now the attraction starts coming to bring those things to you. Oh, okay, yeah. But those, I'm glad we're talking about this. Can you do an audiobook? No, I'm not going to do an audiobook on that. Someone might. You can do one, but I don't know how to do that. But if you're up for it, Candlelight, you can do it. So anyways, when you want to do something, when you want to get, the idea comes, the first thing I always do is accept it. And that's how everything shows up in my reality. That's how everything always clicks in the now. So I'm like, wow, come in. I want to go to Roxy's idea. Feels great. I really want to go. I accept the idea and get the hell out of the way, and don't give it another thought until the next step shows up. And when it shows up, it'll be blatantly obvious. It'll be a thought. Time to get the plane tickets. Boom. Time to pay. Boom. Hey, do you want to go with me? Yes. Boom. Whatever it is. Trust this works. Trust this works. Okay? Trust law of attraction. I live it. I'm not bullshitting you, but I don't get the ego things. I don't get the ego desires, the things that would make me better or happy. That's the structure. I get the unknown parts of me that are vibrational matches that bring me beauty and bliss beyond the comprehension of my egotistical mind that doesn't know happiness from its ass. Okay. All right, guys. I love you. Thanks all for tuning in. I wanted to do this. Yeah, the last thing I want to say is I'm doing this tonight because tomorrow night I'm not going to do my end of the month one because the Bengals are on and Kansas City, and that's AFC championship football, and I love football. So there you go. So you guys rock your reality. If you need anything, email me. And till then, just go and own yourself. Own it. I love you guys. Mwah.